My Little Pony: A New Generation. The next installment to the long-running My Little Pony franchise. Whether you want to believe it, Friendship is Magic is over and it's time to move on. If they kept milking G4 any longer, we would get even more crappy spin-offs like Pony Life or Equestria Girls. Now that the next generation of ponies will be dropping on Netflix with a movie and soon-to-be series later on, Generation 5 has the chance to fix some of the mistakes that plagued Generation 4. So in this video, I thought it would be a cool idea to look over 5 things that My Little Pony: A New Generation can improve on from My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Let's get started. Number 5. Have better male characters. The newest generation already broke a milestone in My Little Pony history, as it took 5 generations for them to finally introduce a male character to the main cast. Some make the argument that Spike was the main character, and I stand by saying he was, but he was never considered part of the main group, only a supporting character. Lauren Faust, the creator of the show, was a big feminist and wanted to focus on girl empowerment for the show. So a lot of the guy characters in earlier seasons were either non-existent, dumb, a tool, or were just plain evil. It wasn't until the latter where we got good male representation in Sunburst, Dr. Hooves, Star Swirl, and even the best character of all, Thorax. Hitch Trailblazer, God, his name sounds like a pickup truck that won't start, has the issue of falling into the generic boy category. He could just be labeled as the hot guy, the dumb guy, the gross guy, or even free guy. This could be their way of making the show more open and enjoyable for both genders, as now me and the boys have a character we can relate to. Let's just hope his friends treat him better than the main 6 treated Spike. Number 4. Target everyone. Now, whenever anybody hears the title My Little Pony, they're automatically going to associate it with girls and girly things, as they were brought up with the mindset that only females can like magical talking horses, as that's how it was back in the 80s when the franchise first debuted. It wasn't until Generation 4 where the series started to push back against the status quo, as now more adults were getting involved. Hasbro didn't know how to handle this new type of fanbase, as what do you do when your cartoon show is overrun by these guys? You cease and desist them, of course, and continue to market the show and all of its merchandise to little girls. The only decent products we ever got of Friendship is Magic were by third-party licensing holders, so why not use this generation as an opportunity to break the mold and try new things with its marketing? I just want to be able to buy ponies without getting bullied by the other kids in the toy aisle. Is that so much to ask for? Number 3. Take more risks. Cartoons nowadays are able to get away with so much more that was never thought possible. What was labeled offensive is now socially acceptable. Friendship is Magic was always held back by its TV-Y rating, so it couldn't be too serious with its storytelling, even though it's heavily implied that certain characters kick the bucket. Celestia and Luna retiring at the end of Season 9 is just child wording for they are 6 feet under, just like the rest of the main 6 in G5. All they need to do in order to fix this is to put a 7 at the end of that Y, and BAM! You got Avatar: The Last Airbender rating, and we all know how serious that show was. I mean, look how much he was able to get away with. How about taking notes from one of your other brands, like Transformers, as that series was rated G and it had actual on-screen death? Or if you want to go even further, make it PG, then it can be on par with other great shows like Steven Universe and Regular Show. They can just do so much more with a simple increase in the rating system. Number 2. Don't be too modern. We know now that technology in Equestria has advanced to the point where the ponies have current smart devices. How does a horse even use these type of devices? I have no clue. I figured their screens would have been shattered. I don't mind My Little Pony taking a more modern approach as long as they don't go overboard with it. Have a reason for the characters to use their phones and not just to be an excuse to take selfies or reference anything that is popular. I'm looking at you, Pony Life! Pony Life had the unfortunate issue, among other things, of trying way too hard to be up to date with what the kids are into these days. Friendship is Magic worked on its own without the use of phones or anything modern, as it didn't try to force anything that was popular. Generation 4 will always be looked back as a timeless classic, while Pony Life will be seen as a time capsule of what was once trendy. I swear to God, if I bring up Pony Life one more time in a video, I'm stapling my balls to the fucking ceiling. Number 1. Don't rely on Friendship is Magic. This is what I believe will be its biggest problem, having the impossible task of following up Friendship is Magic. Hasbro has already put a lot of faith and money, and do I mean a lot of money, into a new generation, as it's already got a film in Toys Up the Butt in stores, as well as already being greenlit for not 1 but 2 seasons of the series, and let's not forget about the upcoming TV specials. Did I mention a lot is riding on Generation 5 to be a success? Generation 5 needs to be able to stand out on its own without having the Friendship is Magic shadow lurking over them, which is why it should have been its own thing separate from Friendship is Magic to begin with, as now people are going into this expecting the same level of quality as its previous incarnation, which is almost damn near impossible to live up to that type of standard. It's already been established that a new generation takes place in the same universe as Friendship is Magic. With that being said, it shouldn't focus too much on elements from what that series already established and come up with new things that weren't explored or touched upon yet. Don't get me wrong, we definitely wouldn't mind an occasional callback or reference to the old series, as long as it's contained to a minimum. With a new staff working on Generation 5, don't even think for a second that a bunch of newbies are at the helm of this production, as a few familiar faces that worked on Friendship is Magic are returning alongside them. Too bad nothing I said in this video will even matter if the writing isn't any good, as it's the foundation that holds everything together. I'm not expecting anything grand as long as it's passable. So, will it be good? Heck if I know. I'm just some unhappy YouTuber who spazzes out over ponies. Hey, it's Tootsie. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, as this video did take a while to make. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go die in a hole.